it was a month. Hi, I'm Libby and I'm going to be doing my March, balancing my bookshelves, balancing my physical TBR. So we started the month of March with 37 books on my physical TBR. And I did read a good amount this month, but you'll have to see how it shakes out. So the first book that I read was Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller. This was an ebook from the library, so not owned, not physical, so we stick at 37. The next book that I read was Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. It was another library book, also audiobook, not owned, not physical, we stick at 37. Then I got this in the mail. This is my Fairy Loot book for February. I know it's March, it came a bit late. Right now it's April and I still haven't gotten my March one, so I think they're just on a bit of a delay right now. But it is The Scorpion and the Night Blossom by, I'm gonna butcher this, I think it's Emily Wenzel. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, ooh, so pretty. So yeah, that's another one for me to add to my Fairy Loot TBR, so I'm trying to read all of my Fairy Loot books that I got last year, as well as about half of the ones that I get this year. And I've been doing pretty good. I need to pick up another one, but I've been doing pretty good. But look how pretty. So sparkly. Love it. So that does mean that we are now up to 38. So the next book that I read was actually last month's book club book. I finally finished it. It was Slewfoot by Brahm. This is owned, however, it was an ebook that I read, so we're still at 38. Then the next book I read was March's book club book, which was a pick from the birthday month girly in the book club, Megan. Sorry, my dog is, she's chewing on her bone, isn't she? Hi, Mapes. She's chewing on her bone. I did read March's book club book On Time, Burnout. It is a really, really good book. It's a nonfiction book. However, while owned, it was an audiobook as well. So still at 38. Then I read Not for the Faint of Heart, physical copy, owned physical copy. This was one of my 25 and 25, as well as it was a buddy read with Caroline from book club. We finally finished it. She finished it way ahead of me, but I finally finished it as well. And yeah, so we finally finished that one. So that puts us at 37 again. And that was it. That was the whole month. Yay. I did read quite a bit. Physical book-wise, did not read that much physical book-wise. I did read a lot from just the library, and then I had an ebook and an audiobook and things like that, so it just wasn't a lot of my actual own books that I read. I also didn't really finish a whole lot of books. I just didn't do a lot of reading in March. I was working a lot. So I started with 37, I did get a book, and we ended with 37. So I say that's pretty good. We didn't go up a whole bunch, so that's fine. Some other stats, the only book that I bought was this Fairy Loot book, so that's good. Didn't buy anything else, that's pretty good for me. I am currently reading a couple of books. I'm still reading Out for Blood still. It's gonna be a big day when that finally gets on the, I finished this book and I put it over here. That'll be a big day, but not yet. I'm also listening to an audiobook from the library. It is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I'm really liking it. That's kind of my downfall, is I use the Libby app for a lot of audiobooks because I always like to be listening to an audiobook. It's just an easy way for me to still read while I'm like going to work and stuff like that. So that's why the physical books don't go away as much, especially when I'm in my big work seasons, because the only reading I'm doing is listening because my brain is mush. So I'm reading those, as well as I'm also reading Otter by Catherine Applegate. This is another library book. It's an ebook this time. I just really wanted to read it. I kept seeing it on Meet Me in the Media Center, her TikTok in the book return game, and I really like it because it's cute. It has a little otter on it, and so I wanted to try it out. And it's a novel in verse, so it should be pretty fast anyway. Not reading a lot of physical books right now. However, spoiler alert, I did finish a physical book yesterday in April, but I also am reading this physical book. I know, another physical book. It's crazy. I'm reading this one. It is You Are Your Own Fairy Tale by Amanda Lovelace. and I am very, very excited to read this. I just started it today and I'm already like a good bit in. This is the end, this is the beginning, so I'm a good bit in already. It should be a pretty fast read. It has like pictures as well as like, it's just like poetry kind of stuff, like free verse poetry. I'm still excited to read this. I already really, really like it, but that would be another one that's off of my shelves. So I'm excited about that. And I am currently right now on spring break, so that might also help. My spring break takes place mostly in that first week of April. Oh, she's making her debut. So I'm hoping I can get a lot of reading done. I've already finished a book. Hoping I can finish that one pretty fast, and hoping I can maybe finish a couple more short books that I have physically owned, because that'll be really nice. My plans for April is to do all of those things on my spring break. Hi, baby, I know. Okay, she's gotta go. Is to finish all of those things on my spring break, as well as the book club book that we picked for this month. We picked a pretty short one, so I'm hoping I can get through that. It's a bunch of short stories. I forget who it's by, but it's An Elderly Lady is Up to No Good, and I think we're also reading the sequel because both of those are really short. And I didn't want to miss any book club book months this year. So I will say a little spoiler, I do believe I'm going to the bookstore this week because I've been wanting to go for so long and I haven't, and I really want to go. So we'll see how that shakes things up in April. Hopefully we still get a decrease, but who knows, we'll see. Because April's not going to be a great reading month for me. The only thing I'm holding out hope for is during spring break. So we'll see what happens. But let me know down in the comments below, how has your first quarter of the year reading wise gone? Because we're done with January, February, and March. That's 3 months. That's a quarter of the way through 2025. How are you doing on your book goals, if you have any? I am currently, I believe I'm at 19 or 20 books that I've finished this year. My goal is 75, so I'm right on track. I'm doing really well. I'm trying to not let like challenges or anything like that really mess me up from reading what I want to read, and I think I'm really enjoying that. And I did have a lot of like buddy reads assigned like right at the beginning of the year, and I don't think that was super great for me. I do like doing a buddy read, but I also like to do them on my own time. But I'm excited, especially for after this next month of April, to really just pick up any books that I want and just read them and actually have time to read. That's gonna be so much fun and so nice. With that being said, we'll see you in the next one. Say bye, babes.